Khamzat Chimaev. I actually think he's kinda overrated. The odds for the reigning champions at the end of 2024 have been released, and Khamzat is actually favored to be the middleweight champion at the end of the year. I don't think that's right. Point 1. Weight bully. At welterweight, Khamzat had a clear size advantage against most, but even then, he wasn't the biggest there. Going up in weight and trying to use your grappling against bigger opponents is going to be tough because although technique beats skill, size matters a lot more when you're grappling than striking. Every successful double champ that moved up in weights won their fight standing. Conor won his fight via striking. DC won his fight via striking. Nunes won her fight via striking. Cejudo won his fight via striking. Pereira won his fight via striking, and GSP, although he used a choke to secure the finish, he won his fight standing. Even the skilled grapplers out of this bunch didn't really go for grappling in their fights. All of these fights were won on the feet, even though these guys are strong grapplers. DC, Olympic wrestler, knocked out Stipe. GSP, great fucking wrestler, had to use striking to beat Bisping. Cejudo, Olympic wrestler, used striking. Khamzat's best shot at beating most people at middleweight is through his grappling, but he's inherently at a disadvantage because his frame just isn't gonna be the same as everyone else's. I'm sure he can still implement his grappling pretty well, but we saw against Gilbert, he's not unstoppable. Granted, nobody really has an easy time on the ground with Gilbert, but the fact Khamzat couldn't really get Gilbert down, who's a former lightweight, I'm not very confident about Khamzat continuing to just kill everybody, smash everybody. Same goes for the Usman fight. Usman, who's not really known for BJJ, on 2 weeks notice accepted the fight and survived with Khamzat on his back for an entire round and arguably won the next 2 rounds as well. Point 2. Stand up. Wrestlers generally make the striking of their opponent look worse since they'll be worried about the takedown, but to me, maybe I'm tweaking, but I always thought his striking was kinda overhyped. Usman on a week's notice clearly outstruck him. I thought Gilbert exposed a few holes in his game too. It's just the Gerald knockout that got everyone hyped up, but Gerald was shitting his pants in there, bro. I do think his striking is acceptable, but I don't know, I just can't really see him posing a threat to any middleweight on the feet. It doesn't look like he has that much snap in his shots, that much power, like, I don't know, bro. Point 3. Cardio. Khamzat's cardio is known to give towards the end of his fights, and that's only in 3-round fights. Every top middleweight has crazy good cardio. Nose breathing Duplessis went 5 rounds with Strickland. Strickland can go all fucking day. Izzy, Whitaker, Cannonier, and Vittori have gone 5 rounds countless times. Khamzat is in trouble with any of these guys past the 3rd round. Long as they can survive an early storm, which is doable, I think Khamzat gets exposed. Usman, again, doesn't really have a big jiu-jitsu game, and he was able to survive. Every single one of those guys, maybe barring Izzy, would be able to at least survive on the ground with Khamzat. Point 4. Bad matchups ahead. I actually think Khamzat loses to both Dricus and Strickland. Dricus in particular, I think is a horrible matchup for him because not only is Dricus big as fuck, he's also got pretty good grappling and heavy hands. I think Dricus murks Khamzat. Strickland isn't as physical as Dricus, but he has the grappling to, in my opinion, at least survive the 1st round against Khamzat and slowly take over since Khamzat's cardio isn't the best. If Izzy was still champion, Khamzat's road to a title would be chillin', but with Dricus and Strickland at the top right now, if I was Khamzat, I would go back to welterweight, bro. Conclusion, I think at both welterweight and middleweight, Khamzat is a problem, but given the holes we've seen in his game thus far, I feel like he can make up for them easier at welterweight by overwhelming people with his size, whereas at middleweight, there's a lot of people who are gonna fuck him up. That's just my opinion, okay? I'm hoping in a couple months there ain't like bare people in the comments going, "That's aged like milk." Like and subscribe.